We Wai Himas, We Umax, Silai Sasam, Lukot, Glakwa Gilwa Nugwa, Glakwa Gilwa Gasiasila. Hello, hereditary chiefs, elected chiefs, ladies of high ranking, friends, family, relatives. My name is Glakwa Gilwa, which translates into copper canoe. I am from the Haitian Nation in Bella Bella, and I'm also from the Hausit First Nation located on the west coast of Vancouver Island there. I'm very honored to be here with you tonight. Thank you. I'm very honored to be here with you tonight to speak on behalf of my nation, the Haitian people who will be hosting this year's Tribal Journeys Qatuwas 2014. We have been preparing for 4 years for this specific tribal journey, but I like to say that it's been a long 21 years in the making, because we hosted the first tribal journeys, the first canoe gathering on this coast in 1993. But where it really started was in 1986. Our people, the Haitian, we carved the first gilwa. And gilwa is a cedar dugout canoe in our community in over 80-something years. We hadn't had one. We were hard hit. We were a hard hit community from the devastation of colonization, disease, and outside imposements on our people, and our culture suffered, and we nearly lost our culture. We nearly lost who we were as Haitian people. But it was with the tenacity, the determination of our old people, our elders, our wise ones, and the passion and the hunger of the young people of that generation who wanted to see our people and our culture come back to life. So we carved a canoe, and we accepted Vancouver. The city of Vancouver put out a call for Expo, the fair of Expo 86. And the theme was maritime communities and mobilization. And they were calling out for First Nations participation, and we thought it was appropriate to showcase and show the first maritime transportation on these waters and these coasts since time immemorial. Since my people have been here, our people, the First Nations, the Cape Mudge, all people, it's been that desire to do that and participate within Canada. And it's appropriate because today is Canada Day. But before it was Canada, there were communities, there were governments, there were a lot of mobilization happening. And this is one small story that was happening within Canada. The story of the Haitian and our participation in the tribal journeys. And so it grew from there. We carved a gilwa, the Haitian, they paddled to Vancouver, and then in 4 years they paddled again to paddle to Seattle, they called it. And they invited and challenged all the tribes along the Pacific Northwest, all the way down to Washington, and said, in 4 years, you come up and you do this same journey. Because the paddlers and the people were so moved by that experience of being on the water, that healing that they received from being on the water, that they wanted all those tribes, all those people that they visited, they wanted them to have that same experience, that same healing. And this is the story of tribal journeys and how it started. And it just grew. It grew in the hearts and in the minds of the people, and it took a life of its own. And then this is what's happening today. And you're part of it, and you're sharing. The families, these canoe families are sharing with you. The Cape Mudge First Nation the Qatuwas people opening up their doors, their land, sharing their food, sharing their stories and their culture with you today to host these canoes that have paddled a long way, and they still have a long way to paddle. The festivities and the everything doesn't start in Bella Bella till July 13th, so they still have a long ways to go and a long way to go. So I just want to bring a message to the canoe families and to all people today, and share that story of the tribal journeys, so that in a way the canoe, our Gilwa, in Nuyumbalees, my mom's language, Qatuwas, every community has a different, every nation has a different word for it. In a way, it's a metaphor for the world, and that we are all in this canoe together. And we can't move forward, and we can't keep paddling and getting to where we need to get to as a nation, a Canadian nation, a First Nation, whatever you are. We cannot move forward unless we work together, because we are all in that world Gilwa together, and we have to respect that and respect each other and paddle forward. And what I saw today was people of all nationalities, people from all different walks of life, coming together on this day, the birthday of Canada, and sharing in a respectful way and in a good way. And I will bring that experience back to my people, to the Haishto, of what I saw today. And I would just want to thank the Cape Mudge First Nation, their Himas, their hereditary leadership, their elected leadership, all the cooks, all the volunteers, everyone that made this day possible. I just want to Wallace Gayasika to you for hosting these canoe families as they make their way up to Bella Bella. Like I said, it's not they still have quite a bit of a ways to go, and every stop along the way gets them closer. And you today were part of that, giving them, filling them up. Cape Mudge, honored guests, everyone who is here today, filling them up, filling their hearts up, filling their souls up. So, and building on that same experience that will heal them, that will make them stronger, so that they can go back and bring this journey back to their nations. And it goes on like that, and it just grows. So, again, thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Wallace Gayasika. Thank you.